Hey, Jacques.
Yes.
Do you ever feel like doing a holiday extravaganza, eleganza episode with your co-host, your podcast co-host?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Phoebe.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline.
And welcome to a very special holiday episode of Do You Ever Feel Like?
Where we ask the questions that everyone's thinking and no one's answering.
And we look so Christmas cute today. I'm so stressed by my mic setup today.
Well, we had to make it cute.
I know. I made, you know what I made?
What?
Silk. This should be in the fans and faves section. I made, I didn't make shit. I put, I made a coffee and I put Silks. They do like different like flavored like creamers, and I love their pumpkin spice one. It's like, it's just a sugar injection.
Yes.
But this is I thought it was just peppermint, but I went to pour it in mocha peppermint in my coffee, and I just do it as a little treat, you know?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, but it is devilishly delicious.
Delicious. I am obsessed with all things peppermint.
Yeah, me too.
Season.
Me too. I fucking just give me the peppermint injection, bitch. Like you know what I had last night? Peppermint mini eggs, candy cane mini eggs. They were so fucking weird tasting. I love them.
When I'm like, do not put me in a Trader Joe's in the December season.
Yeah.
All of the stuff. I love a JoJo, the peppermint JoJo's.
What's a JoJo? It's
like an Oreo, but like the Trader Joe's version.
Oh, cute.
I love.
Do we have Trader Joe's here? I don't think so. We have Whole Foods here.
So. I put some peppermint marshmallows in my hot cocoa.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been able to find it yet this year, but my mom usually bulk buys candy cane popcorn. It's very, very, very good.
Or like peppermint whipped cream.
Yeah, it's so good. When I like something, I like go hard for it too. So like, of course, my mother like bulk buys candy cane popcorn. Like, I'm not kidding you. The second she finds it, there will be a crate of it in her front hall. And she's just like, if people come by, well, I think it's like just growing up with so many people in your house all the time. It's just like this like air of like preparedness, like who and like will we eat again kind of behavior. So if we go starving, there is candy cane popcorn.
Yeah.
Is it worth telling the listener that we had rented a chalet that we were supposed to go and record this podcast episode?
It absolutely is.
And instead of doing that, I got COVID.
Yeah. So in true creative commitment, we both have made little scenes.
Yeah, we have little chalet-esque scenes
happening.
Mm-hmm. It's so
this
cute.
Is the closest that I think I'm going to get to Christmas decoration.
I was going to say putting up things. You're like moving in like a couple of days, technically. You're supposed to move in like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And you're putting up Christmas decorations.
I know. Jack is going to be like, what is this?
You're like, it's Christmas in just one very specific little corner.
Right. Yeah.
I had the opposite last night. I was like, it's Christmas, and like because we have many different versions of Christmas in our household, there's like it looks like a bit like a shop, because we have like the very German Christmas tree, and then we have my homemade menorah in the corner, and then I own a black Santa Claus for some reason, and I'm not sure why, but he's in the kind of faux nativity scene that we've built in another corner. It's very
faux nativity.
Well, it's just like a bunch of men that have gathered around some trees that I've set up next to a lamp and the record player. Yeah. But the we were spinning the Sharon Jones Christmas album last night, decorating the tree. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. We both have our little thingies which we've already discussed.
My obnoxious beverage.
I was making my hot cocoa, and I was thinking about all the ways that one can make a hot cocoa and how it says a lot about you. How
yes, I
you
agree.
make it.
I agree.
So tell me, Phoebe, how do you make a hot cocoa?
I don't really like hot chocolate all that. Okay, well, also, fine. I don't know if this is like an American thing. I don't call it hot cocoa. We call it hot chocolate up here. Do you call it hot cocoa? And is there a difference?
There's not a difference. We say hot chocolate or hot cocoa.
Okay.
I say hot chocolate usually, but I'm trying to be cute, so I'm saying hot cocoa.
Okay. So this is the thing. This is part of it. I don't typically, and not to say that I don't like it. It's just not a thing. Like I'll have like maybe one.
Yeah.
Like I'll have one.
Right.
Throughout my year. I really like, okay. But if I am going to partake, I'm going to fucking do it right. And it's going to be obnoxious and it's going to require a lot of different accessories. What I cannot stand and why I don't think I like hot chocolate very much is hot chocolate powder and water.
Oh, absolutely not.
It is foul. It is a crime. I'm not interested in it.
Crime.
Do not hand that to me.
No.
Bust out, and I say this as a vegan, bust out the milk.
Yes.
Bust out the damn cream.
Yes.
What is happening up in here on this day, today?
Yes.
I am not happy about it. So I think that's part of why I don't like it very much is like being a kid and like going into like a friend's house. Have you ever had it? It's disgusting.
Oh, it's really gross. That's like the worst part of the holiday season. Being a child is when you like go over to a friend's and you're like so happy that you're gonna have some sweet.
Yeah.
And then like they make it in a really gross, weird way that your family doesn't make it like
yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. It's very ungrounding.
It is.
It's very ungrounding. I used to be a ski instructor for little kids. 0 out of 10 job. Would not recommend. Hated it. Did you not know this?
I never know this about you?
Do you not know this? I was like it was like maybe my like second job I had as a teenager. I was a ski instructor. Super not fun. Like I love children. I'm not super into the caretaking of them. It's not like a pastime of mine.
Yeah.
As it is for some people. Like it is a true love. For some people.
I love taking care of kids.
Yeah, you love taking care of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not me.
No, I get it.
Like, if like a friend's kid is here, I enjoy that experience. Like one-on-one. I'm not interested in a crowd of children. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cold kids that don't want to be there. And you're trying to give them a physical activity to do.
No.
But the only reprieve that we ever got was like our hot chocolate break and undressing like soaking wet children and then giving them like a sticky thing. It's just like start to finish the whole operation is just bad and whoever came up with the concept is insane.
Yeah.
And I also don't think I got paid maybe anything to do that job.
Yeah.
Because I think it might have been like a volunteer thing. I maybe got paid like a couple of bucks.
I'm sure
anyway. That's how I make hot chocolate.
Yes. There
Answer
are
your question?
hot chocolate folks like my brother who would melt, like he would like make the chocolate and like melt the chocolate and like da 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 and like all this stuff. And I just think it says a lot about you.
Yeah.
If you are doing a powder mix, if you put the powder in the cup first and then add the milk, or if you put the milk in first and then add the powder.
Oh, this is like British people put the milk in their tea first.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pour the tea on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a hot chocolate I don't know what you call it. I think it's like a hot chocolate bomb in my pantry right now. And it's like the whole shebang. So you like pour hot milk over it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have my eye on at the end of 2022. Like that's going to be my hot chocolate date later.
Great.
And I'm like gonna go get all my accessories, all my things. On TikTok right now, I keep seeing people's hot chocolate stations. Crimes on crimes on crimes on crimes.
Stations.
People do it just insane style. And you need to do, if you're gonna be insane is what I say.
Yeah.
It's like the powder. It's like the and then they put like, you know, if you're or like just like a big marshmallow. No. You want little ones so they can get all soft and creamy.
Many
exactly. Candy canes. Anyway, I prefer to be extra. Is shocking. I don't know if that's if that came across in any other episode at all before, or in our friendship yet. But I do prefer.
I prefer it as well. This is why we're friends.
I just don't. It's one of those things. I guess I feel like this way about most of life. But if you're gonna have like a decadent thing,
yeah,
make it a decadent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a decadent thing. When I was a kid, Tim Hortons used to be like way more of a like kind of fun thing here. Mm-hmm. Now I just think it's like kind of drive-through crap. But like they used to have like proper little like bakery cases that you could go up to and like look at like the cakes and stuff like that. But they also used to do a candy cane hot chocolate that was so delicious. And that was like my little hot chocolate treat. Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, I just like, I don't see the point in like not doing a very fun thing all the time.
Yes, this is why I love and hate the holiday season. This exact thing. I was reading a travel blog the other day, and someone said in this blog, someone said, I am my best self when I'm traveling.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
And like their whole like mission is to like help. Like we should all be our best self. Like we should all be our traveling selves all the time. Essentially,
I think I get on board with that. Yeah,
I think I can too. And that's kind of how I feel about holiday Jacqueline. Like, you know, like holiday Jacqueline is the Jacqueline that should be always like. You know, like there are just things that we all we give space for, we give opportunity to, we invite in, we make room for, we decide on around the holidays. And it's like, what is it about these 2 months of the year?
Oh, I love that.
Versus always, like all the time.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I was thinking the other day, it's like this, I think partly being sick, I'm sure as well, but like December has turned into, as it always does, and I try my best to make it chill. It just is not that. It's just not that. But it's also fine.
Phoebe, everyone.
It's fine.
Phoebe, you have been sick for
so long.
I don't even know how long.
So
ages?
Long.
A year?
2 weeks now. It's 2 weeks
now. It's
the
worst.
I think it's, well, I don't know. Like there's many things to kind of pull from it, but I think part of it, yeah, it's like being sick and you just can not, you know, you just cannot. But I think always in this like type of, or always at this time of year, and I've worked like retail for many years. I've worked even as an artist, you know, it's like a busy time of year. I find I find like clients come knocking the most. Then I've stopped. I don't know, asterisks on this as always. I don't do like craft shows anymore or anything like that, but I used to a lot. And I think anyway, it's just always kind of a busy time of year, even though I try and move at a pace that I actually want to. I guess maybe it's not busy isn't the right word. Unsettling.
Yes.
Maybe ungrounding time of year. Routines are not available, and I am somebody who really needs her routines. Anyway, all that to say is I think it's so funny, this rush around for like 3-4 weeks in December. And then December 26th hits, and it's like no
Deflation.
one's online. No one's available. Like, forget about it. And it's really funny in Australia, why, like, my dad's Australian. He, like, because Christmas is in the middle of their summer, no one's online in January either. So it's like, it's just this funny build up to what is ultimately a big break. And I think that there is something in that, like, cyclical about that I think, like, again, like, I could embrace more of that, actually. Like, I would love to just work really hard for 3 weeks, or just work, not even really hard, to be honest.
No.
Just be online for 3 weeks and spend, like, a good chunk of time resting in between those, like those cycles kind of thing. Anyway, I like that idea. And, like, yeah, again, I am like, I love fucking buying people fucking shit.
Yes.
I love gifting things. I love, like, doing a little shop. I love having little bags around.
Yes. And like, so much of that idea is what the kind of origins of the holiday season came from.
Yes.
Is like, we have our work seasons and we have our celebration and our harvest day, like, you know what I mean? Like, like looking at the harvest, having gratitude, celebrating, etc. Anyways,
how was your 2022? Let's do a little review. What happened? Let's start with that. What happened in 2022?
What happened in 2022? Honestly, 2022 was for me. Yeah.
No, who is she?
Quite literally.
Who is she? You had sent me just like a photo, and it's really funny because you don't look a lot different.
No,
it's not like you did like a personality, like, you know, like a what was that show? You know, like a before and after it. But I'm just like, who the fuck is that person? Like, I genuinely, who is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who she is. I am like, literally, like, last week, 1 year off of social media.
Oh, wow.
Like,
wow.
No, I've obviously had to like sprinkle it back in because of the pod, but like, no, that I've been off social media for a year, which is huge for me in 2022. Yeah, I'm a totally different person than I was in 2021.
Well, and it's not just because of social media too.
No, I'd also like, I kind of like, no. Yeah, social media is a huge thing though, and it sparked a lot of it. But yeah, I've done a lot of healing, a lot of moving through stuff. Yeah. I went blonde.
Yeah. Well, and I think the second you go blonde, you know, the evolution can only come.
Yes, exactly.
Although I will say, I think the evolution was kind of like tied up with the blondness. You know, it's part of it.
I turned 30 this year, which is...
That's huge.
Huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. I planned and had a wedding party this year.
Also huge.
Like, I started the podcast with Phoebe.
I know. I was thinking about that in particular too, because I was like, oh, it feels like such, and I know I've said this before. I think I've said this in many an episode, but because we started recording, I was like, oh, is it really this year? Yes, it's really been this year because we started recording in July. We started putting in months and months before that as well. So it's like, it's so funny. I think this will be episode 15. Yeah. And it feels like we've just started, and also I've been doing this forever.
I know.
Like, there was a time before the pod, but I'm not sure of when that was. It wasn't this year. I don't know.
You're gonna die. The other day, I was talking to Jack. I think it was Jack. Yeah. And Jack said,
I think it was.
I talked to so many people. I think it was Jack. And he goes, I said something about like, I don't have time for that anymore because of the podcast or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yes, BP, before pod.
Yeah, truly. Okay, that must have that was Jack. That was fully Jack.
No, it was 100% Jack. Yeah. Yeah.
Before pod.
Before pod.
There's BP and AP.
Yes.
That's so funny.
That is how I think about time now.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah. Okay. Went blonde.
What about you?
Off Soch.
Off Soch.
No, is that everything? I mean, those are the highlights. We're doing highlights.
Highlights. I turned 30. I mean,
you're moving.
I went on some amazing trips. I found a little cutie little house for us to live in.
I know, your house is so cute.
It's so cute. I'm so excited. And I don't nanny babies anymore.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's also huge.
Huge.
That is huge. How does that feel?
It feels good.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about... It's been about 2 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not with the babies anymore. And I think it's so interesting because when I was with watching kids so much, I was very much sure. This is another tangent. I was very much sure about motherhood.
Yeah.
I was like, this is giving me the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I just like haven't been around the babies for 2 months, it like is not in my brain. It's not in my desires. It's not in my...
That's interesting.
It's not here. I've totally... And I'm like, oh. So I'm just paying attention to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have much to say about that, but this is the holiday episode. We'll keep it light. Although, what is the holidays if not all of your cousins asking you, when are you going to have a child?
Mm-hmm.
I have a cousin that has a little baby right now, so I'm hoping the heat will be off of me for this year.
Oh, great. Great. And also, what are the holidays without mothers?
Oh my fucking God. That's what I was saying today. I was like, I'll gaslight myself into holiday cheer. That's what I did with my tree last night. I was like, I'm going to be happy. Yep. What are the holidays without mothers? Yeah. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma, I think I've talked about my grandma's Christmases on the pod. It was so funny. At my grandma's funeral, every single person that got up to speak talked about her Christmases.
Aww.
Every single person. And it was just because it wasn't like we had a lot. Well, okay. I don't know how they did it. Everybody got shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have there are so many of us. I have 30 cousins.
Whoa.
I have 30 cousins. And that's not even including all the like little things that come on. And we were all together and everyone got a frickin' thing. And that wasn't even what was like special. But like I couldn't tell you the gifts that I got as like a kid that like stand out in my mind or anything like that. Aside from my grandma did give me 6 copies of Little Women over the years. Oh. I've still never read it.
Interesting.
But I have 6 copies of it in my house. But just the like, just like the amount of work and effort and everyone being together and like, you know, her cooking and the running around. Like, yeah, it was just so special. That's the thing that I feel really grateful for.
My grandma did the same.
Yeah.
Grandma Priscilla, not Grandma Rose. Grandma Priscilla always hosted our Christmas Eve dinner. And it was so sweet.
Yeah. It's just so special, especially when you're a kid. Like, it really does feel so magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Year in
review. Yeah. What about so that's kind of like my personal kind of stuff, but I have other things that I've loved about 2022 that are like more like social.
Yeah.
We can get into that later. What about your...
You're so smart. Yeah, 2022 I closed my business.
Mm-hmm.
I closed OK Shoe.
Yeah, you did.
And it was actually really funny because it was like literally this time last year. It was like I was sitting at a Christmas show. I was doing a show, selling shit. And I was like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I do not want to be doing this anymore. Like, I was just like, wow, this ain't it. And that's when that like information comes. It's like, okay, let's move. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I closed OK Shoe. Although that being said, the OK Deck is for sale.
Yes.
The OK Oracle is for sale right now. And then I'm going to close it up again because I just don't like selling things. And I've learned that about myself. So I sell things for 4 weeks. That's long enough for me to love it. And then I'm going to stop again. And like, that's kind of where I am at with that. Anyway, that was a download I got like probably 365 days ago. Closed OK Shoe, went to Paris. It was like my first big trip that I've ever done, like as an adult, like ever in my entire life. Which was so nice. It really gave me a real like love of like, I don't know, I really like you figure out who you are in traveling, I think. And I like, being your best self. Like, you really just have to figure things out. And I love cities. I am such a city person, and I like that about myself as well, that like I can be in a city and like figure out how to use the train or whatever. Like I think that's like a skill, and I like that about myself. Did a lot of traveling this year, which I really liked.
Yeah, we both did. You did though. You did.
Yes, I did. And that was like huge for me as well. I did a little like birthday like vacation by myself last year, and I think that was just like the taste to get my butt like alone out in the world. And I want more of that. I don't know if it'll be this year, but like a goal in my life is to do Italy on my own for like a week.
Scrumptious.
Yeah, you just figure out who you are, and I like knowing who I am. I like me quite a bit.
Yeah.
There
has been an evolution around travel with you.
Yes. Yeah, totally. I still have a lot of like opinions about it, especially from like a sustainability standpoint. Yeah, and because I'm me, I look at like the entire coin and I'm horrified by all sides.
Yeah.
But I think there's real I don't know. Yeah, it's just like all things can kind of be true. Did Paris, did Philly, and then there's still like lots of little weekends away. Like we went to like actually we were decorating our tree last night. We went to like this funny little town called Godrich in southern Ontario in April, I think. And it has like the only distributor of like these like handmade German ornaments or whatever. So like this little like Christmas festive town. Anyway.
Ooh. I love a Christmas town.
Just funny little things like that. Yeah, like it's like a Hallmark movie town is where we were. What else did I do?
Not like that so much.
It is one of those things whenever I'm in those little towns, and Simon and I we're always like, it's only white people here. Like,
exactly.
Is it safe?
This reminds me of my lovely little girls trip that I took this year to this random cabin.
Yeah.
Like little cabin town in North Carolina. That was beautiful, but like very like same vibes. Like,
yeah.
What am I on a movie set?
Yeah.
And like, it's very strange. Yeah.
It is very weird. It is. And I think that's what I mean when I like talk about cities too, where it's like, I'm from a city. I grew up in a city. When I'm in I feel at home. And not to say, and I grew up in a city. I also grew up in the country as well. So it's like I feel very adept at both of those situations. But there is like a small town thing where I'm like, is this okay?
Yeah.
Like I feel very safe in a city and I know people feel different. But anyway.
No, totally. I feel like very safe and at home in a city, or I feel very safe and at home in the middle of nowhere. Anything in between.
Yeah.
Put me in a suburb and I'm like, I'm terrified. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Truly. Yeah, truly. I feel like that's kind of like my we met in person.
Oh my god! Duh!
I know, I'm thinking like, what did I do this year?
I know, we met in person the first time.
I know, that was so fun. Yeah. Obviously that was so fun. Yeah, I don't know, 2022 I think was just like a year of real kind of putting everything that I want into practice. And doing the things that I say I want to do. Like starting, like actually, it's so funny. Like, I've been coaching people for years. Like I've been doing this for years and like really properly, like, I don't know, looking at myself and being like, who am I? What do I want to do? And like, okay, let's go do it. I think is maybe late 2022 has been for me.
I feel similarly. I think that I got I'm very clear now on what I want. I think that was the point of 2022.
You did a real like buckle down.
I did a real buckle down.
Real like get on the path and go.
And I did some scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some scary stuff. That's my point. That's all.
Yeah, you fucking did. Let's talk about what we loved this year. Freaking shit that we ate up.
I'm so glad we're talking about this. Okay, because I made a list.
Because despite what you want to think about yourself, you are a culture vulture.
Me?
Yeah. We love to consume. I really do.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think, yes, I do. I think that I just feel like when I was on the internet, like maybe I am, but maybe because when I was on the internet, I felt like I wasn't where everyone else is with their consuming or something. And so maybe that's why I didn't think I was a culture vulture. Because like I don't, like people will say things and I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get that.
I was thinking about the best of the consuming this year as well. Yeah. And obviously White Lotus is tippy.
I know. This was basically why I added this to our like production notes today, because Jacques and I have been like screaming, and I didn't watch the episode last night, so shut up. Don't. I've been like offline. Avoiding it.
Smart.
I have talked about my deep love of Mike White before. This man knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. And I think my general like kind of take on White Lotus right now is people don't know that they're looking at art.
Oh no.
And they're treating it like it's like a thing to kind of, and I don't really like this in consumption anyway. Like I just think critics need to leave. Like go make something. Go make something. And I think it's so funny people having these opinions on these characters because it's like, what are you doing? Like, of course they're unlikable. Of course they're fucking weirdos. And I think the critique of like, why don't they just be a completely different person is not the point of storytelling, because people don't do the thing that they should do. People go down the stairs and get stabbed.
Like, what is that?
But that's what the discourse around this freaking show is right now. And I just want to say, yeah, gross. Like sit back and let this absolute meticulously drawn portrait wash over you. Let the sweet serenade of Jennifer Coolidge take your body away. And also, oh my God, I already thought Aubrey Plaza was hot, but just, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anyway.
She's delish. I love this show. I think it is, it is art. It's art.
It just seals the deal on me. Like I sent you that text. I was like, the way I'm going to Italy and I'm going to have sex with a very random man or woman or person. But that is what you fucking do. And people are like, ew, this boy. I'm like, wrong. What you do is go on adventures in this life.
Yes. Like, what is this? I think, it's so smart. It's like smarty, smart. It's like
smarty, smart.
There's
like galaxy
so much
brain.
Galaxy brain smart. Yes. And like, I just cannot get over, for me, like I cannot get over Mike White is one person.
I know.
With one brain.
I know.
And has some support, but is
I mean,
writing,
the shit that he's doing is like
is writing these characters. Like, I cannot. It's just like, it baffles me every time I watch it. I'm like, oh my God, these characters are written by the same person.
I know.
Like, it's insane that this man can write Jennifer Coolidge character and then write random boy. Like I can't.
Random European man.
Or
hotel concierge.
Valentina, exactly. And then like young sex worker. Like I can't. It literally makes my brain explode.
I know. He's a fucking brilliant genius. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think he puts all of his Survivor castaways in his season.
I love it.
Like, I just love it. I think it's the cutest thing on planet Earth. And I think it also just speaks to like, he has a real love for the things that he does. Like he went on Survivor because he loves the show. Like, he wasn't on like a celebrity season or something like that. He went on Survivor because he loves the show. And he's like, oh, the best, you could never write a thing better than this. And that's what you just see that in the things that School of Rock is like another one of my absolute favorite things. It's like, you can tell this person loves the things that they create. And I just think we should all be Mike White.
Yeah, there's like obviously an avenue and obviously like a trajectory of following like joy and following like what is giving, like what is giving creative joy and what's giving like excitement at the time, and like what a way to live.
Yeah. And even from like, he got White Lotus, and this is like not 2022 specific, but I just love Mike White. He got White Lotus. He got the opportunity to do season 1 because he wrote the Emoji Movie because he wanted to buy a house in Hawaii. So he was like, yes, I will take the like high paying gig as a writer. And then he got this reputation in Hollywood for being fast and makes people a lot of fucking cash. And so in HBO, when all their other shit went bust at the beginning of COVID, they came to Mike White and they said, we need you to do something fast. We need to have it ready to go. And here's all these constraints. And like, it's got to carry our shareholders for this year because we're not making enough money. And he fucking turned his pussy out. And it's so fucking good. And like, this is what, and then season 2 comes along and you get to play. And it's like, I think he's just such a beautiful like artist for like or like, you know, story for like playing the long game. Like, what are you here to do? Are you here to like pay your bills and create your art? And like how do you do that? And like, what are the opportunities that you're given to it? Like showing up for the things that you can say yes to. So anyway, White Lotus.
Yes,
so
to
good.
White Lotus in 2022.
Yes, to White Lotus.
Yes to the Adele album in 2022.
Oh, I know. So good. That's so good. I didn't put a lot of music on my list, but that's a good one. Yeah.
What else? What do you have? I also have Harry's House, obvi.
Oh, I didn't even bother to put that on there because I just feel like it's a given. It was so good. I loved it. My stepdad used to own a record store, and whenever I play him any Harry Styles music, he's like, oh, and he's like pretty critical of pop music and stuff like that. My sister and I, like, it's pretty funny. Like, we were very obnoxious teenagers because we had a very obnoxious music upbringing in our household.
Yeah.
And whenever I like have played him any Harry Styles stuff, he's like, oh, this is very good. This is like very good production. This is very good. And like, anyway, great album. So I don't think Harry Styles needs my PR.
Oh no.
No. I don't know. Music and me are in a funny. I read something the other day that like you stop listening to a lot of new music in your early 30s. I think like 33 is like the average, and I'm like very on track for that. Because like I just like listening to the Outkast album that came out when I was in like the 2nd grade.
Ooh,
that was like on my seat, like my Walkman. Like that's what I still listen to.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a yearning for the nostalgia of like the youngness. Yeah. Being young. We both read Viola's book this year.
I can't with that book. It's so good. It's so good. Everyone needs to read that book. I think I've said this. Listening to the audiobook. Listening to her talk Listening to her talk. What was that? I had sent you that speech the other day. It was like Black love. Like, I don't know what it was. If it was like just presentation of some kind. Was she accepting an award? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. She was just talking about herself and her marriage. And I just think she's beautiful. And I can't believe the world has Viola in it.
I know.
It's her book was great.
I wrote down my favorite movie of the year.
What was your favorite movie
Which technically came out in 2021, but I saw it in 2022. I saw Come On, Come On, which was my favorite.
Is that the Joaquin Phoenix one?
Yes.
I've not seen it.
It's Joaquin Phoenix and a smart little actor playing his nephew. And their like time together, spanning like a month or so. And it just was such a moving film about parenting and what it means to father and what it means to bring up the next generation and all of that. And it was really, really, really good.
I think my fave movie from 2022 was I'm stuck between Pinocchio and
can't wait to see it.
It's so good.
I can't wait.
It's so good. Guillermo always does it. He always turns it out, but it's really good. It was not what I was expecting. And I didn't know what I was expecting because you don't know. You never know with him.
Yeah.
But it was really, really beautiful. It was devastating, but very beautiful. Or Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I think it might be my fave.
I totally forgot. Oh, it might be my fave too.
I just love it. I was listening to an interview with
I totally forgot.
Oh my God, what's his name? The guy who plays like the dad. Michelle Yeoh is like a chameleon as always.
God, so good. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that movie, and I'm changing my response to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, it was so good. And I learned that Jamie Lee Curtis did a lot of her own like costuming in that movie. And I just think it's so like she's such a wackadoodle. And she ended up doing a lot of her own stunts as well because she wanted to like keep up with the rest of the cast, which I thought was like very sweet. But yeah, Michelle Yeoh, like she's got to win. She's got to win all the things for that, right? Like it's just she is it. I just find her such an amazing actress because she really, when I say chameleon, it's like whenever I'm looking, like I was looking at her IMDb after, and I was like, oh yeah, she was in that. Oh yeah, she was in that. But you don't really like she disappears into her roles. Like her face looks different when she's Claire Foy's kind of like that as well. Like the way she's able to like control her like muscles in her face, and her face looks different. Like I find that to be like such a talent in many ways, obviously. But
cool.
Michelle Yeoh. So
Love
good.
It.
Yeah, I would say those are my movie picks for the year.
I decided to go through, my like, that like I have an app on my phone where you can like save news stories. And so like when thinking about us chatting about 2022, I decided to go through because a practice that I have is like I save the things that I need to care about in the world, and then I save the things that make me happy in the world. And so like I save like the good stuff.
Yeah.
And so I have some good stuff that happened
tell me
in
some
2022.
Good stuff. This is funny because when I was writing, we'll get to it. When I was writing our game, I was like, what happened in 2022? And I was like, it's so bad.
Oh yeah.
I was like, 2022 news. Don't do that Google search.
That's why I was like, I'm going to do the good. And like, it's because it's so easy to be like, the world is big and scary and hard. And the world is big and scary and hard. And there's horrible things happening all the time.
Yeah.
But there's also really good things happening all of the time.
Yeah.
There really is. Yeah. And I used to think that whole thing was like, ugh, but like, it's true.
No, it's true. And it has to be true.
Because exactly.
Like our brains are just.
What is the point?
Yeah.
So I just like wrote down some notes about this. So I'm wondering. So I have a Canadian one. So in the beginning of 2022, Canada, like, officially on the books banned conversion therapy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which, like,
I think I did.
Is wild that it's 2022.
Yeah.
And we're finally on the books making this illegal.
Yeah.
But go Canada.
Rock on, Justin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God.
I'll give him a little tick for that one.
The Great Blue Wall Initiative was started in 2022, which is 10 countries that are all coming together to make change from a policy level to ground level, etc., in their countries to protect 30% of the oceans by 2023.
Oh, wow.
Which is a big deal.
Wow. Yeah.
Because climate change is real. That was one. I'm trying to decipher my notes. Oh, we love a library, I learned in 2022.
Oh, yeah. US, libraries are the last free thing.
I know. And this report that came out from the ALA, which is I don't know, the surveyor of libraries in the US, said that people really value their community libraries in the US, and they are
they're using them more?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Especially through COVID, and they really are not into book bans. We don't want a book ban. We really want access to education, access to library, access to community space for thought and education and books and access to internet. And I'm all about it.
I love that. I can't. Book bans are just the goofiest shit. Really? Yeah. Really? When has that ever been in the history of time?
Wild. Why are we what is that? Why are we even? Yeah. That was a fun one. What else was fun? Oh, in 2022, Google made it possible for us to limit ads that we don't want to see based on content, based on things that trigger us, based on if we don't want to go down that thing, we don't want to see that weight loss ad, we don't want to whatever. We now have access to change that in our settings on Google.
Oh my God. I know Pinterest banned the diet ads as well. Love that. I fucking just get out of my face.
I love when we have a responsible conversation about the internet. I love when that happens.
Yeah, for real, right? For real, right? It's I feel like a lot of the last couple of years with the internet has been this reckoning of oh, wait a second. If we are out here in the wild, wild west,
yeah,
that doesn't really work very well. There are repercussions.
Right. Yeah. What happens? Absolutely. There's weed everywhere now in the US.
That's so funny that you have said that, because it's been that for a couple of years here, and it's just is it still state by state?
It's still state by state, but it's getting to be the majority.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's especially crazy. After just now the midterm elections that we had.
Right, right. When we were in Paris, they have their pharmacies there are a green plus sign, the little medical cross.
Yeah,
they're a green cross, and that's what a lot of weed stores are here too. And everyone was telling us before, they were those are not dispensaries. They will look at you like you are a criminal if you go in there
asking for weed.
Yeah,
that's funny.
You're okay, thank you.
That's amazing. Yeah, we have more access to weed now in the US than ever before. However, nothing has been done to help anyone who has been incarcerated for any kind of drug use.
I think, well,
not drug use.
I'm smiling.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm smiling and laughing because I feel it makes you feel wacky. I feel I'm am I stupid? Am I insane? Do I not understand things? And I think oh, why is that not part of the conversation?
Oh, yeah.
It's oh, obviously it's not part of the conversation because we can profit off of incarcerated people.
Yeah,
we want to
prison
keep
industrial
them poor.
Complex. Because of racism.
We are a racist country. Anyway, that's
Yeah. And
I go like, cross-eyed. I go cross-eyed thinking about it. I'm like, wait, what's going hello?
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, here's like, yes, exactly. Not using the terminology correctly, but essentially, okay, cool. We're going to give greater access to this. Then we need to look at people who have been put in prison for doing the same exact thing and that have these sentences that are insane for misdemeanors, for small moments of selling marijuana. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Dumb. So that's a goodie and it's like exactly. This is exactly what it is, right? It's like exactly what it is.
I was gonna say exactly that. It's like, here's the good news. And we're like, but I ran the bad news. But yeah, no, both and
always. Again, both and with women in the US. Real both and this year. Women were terrified as fuck and then came out, especially in the midterms, and voted.
Well, I find that so interesting about American, like the American electoral system that way is like how just because of the way you vote, there are opportunities for things to kind of become single issue. What do you call it? Like single issue. Like that's what the midterms turned into. Was a nationwide
inflation
vote on abortion
or abortion. Yeah.
And I find that not, and like whatever. I'm not a poli-science major or anything like that. Or just, and not major. I'm just not a political science person. But I do, from like an outsider perspective, it is very interesting to see the like discourse of those things and then the thing. But rock on. And
like
Gen
women...
Z fucking voted. And only 30% of Gen Z was eligible to vote. Like because of like the way their ages works and stuff like that. I was like, you people, you old fuckers, you better watch your shit.
I know, honestly.
Because the 18-year-olds are here and they're going to save us. And I'm so sorry that we are giving you this
that's
world.
Fucked up. Like, it's fucked up that you have to save us. Yeah, no, it's really fucked up. It's terrible. But here we are. And yeah, that's all of my newsy stuff.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about these things, and I think like, obviously, I think everyone knows this. Oh, sorry.
No.
Everyone knows this, like, we don't claim to be experts on anything. That's the entire fucking point of this podcast. We are dummies and we're learning. And number two,
I don't want to be an expert ever. No, the second I'm calling myself an expert on something, actually, Chelsea, who we had on the pod, said something to me the other day. She said, what you think is what is basic to you is expert level to somebody else. And I think this is like the whole, like this is our whole pod is like giving this thing a whirl. Like I don't want to be a fucking expert, but I don't think it's right to like, because I'm not a political science major, I can't have a thought about the American electoral system and like an opinion. My cat wants to get involved. She is a political science major. She has many opinions.
Are really talking this episode.
Although I don't like, I really feel there's just something about my cat that feels really anti-Semitic to me sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe that's why she's here. Anyway. She's like, what are you about to start talking about? I don't know. I just get that vibe from her.
I see.
I love her, but
I wanted to make that caveat, obviously, like clearly, but also, folks, we put everything we talk about and in the notes. I feel like we need to say this, like, because I don't know if people know that we link sources, we link articles, the thing we saw that we're talking about, we put it all in the notes. Do your own investigation of what that is. But it's all there for you to see.
Our notes section is like a good, oh my gosh. Okay, 1 second. Angelica. Just flying cats. I find like our note, when I go through our notes section, it's like a great little newspaper. Yeah. Because it's typically of what we've like read throughout the week or something like that.
Oh, what we talk about, what we reference, etc. etc.
You were saying something though. I cut you off.
No. That was all.
Cut you off. Okay, so I was chatting with my mom the other day about our podcast.
Okay.
And she said, Jacqueline is so smart.
Oh, no.
She said, Jacqueline's so smart. Oh, no. And she went, and you're really good at reacting to things. And so I think it's like Pinky in the Brain situation over here. I think in true Jacqueline brings the hope, the intelligence, the reading. I bring you the big fat quiz, the Do You Ever Feel Like Big Fat Quiz of 2022.
Yeah!
I'm going to put in a bunch of sound effects here. So,
oh, I see, because I did okay, I get what
yeah,
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love British panel shows. I love them. And I was supposed to have a British panel themed birthday. I didn't get to.
So many supposed tos this episode.
So many supposed tos. But you know what? Honestly, I was like, it was my turn. I mean, like, I got my career thrown in the dumpster at the beginning of the pandemic, but like everyone else did. Everyone got their careers. Everyone got their whole lives, but I haven't had a lot of canceling things yet. And so it was just my turn to cancel everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love a British panel show. So in the style of one of my favorites, Big Fat Quiz of the Year, I bring you the Do You Ever Feel Like Big Fat Quiz of 2022. I did my best to make them Jacqueline friendly.
Okay.
But I think I did a good job. So, and they're not in any kind of particular order.
Okay.
But we're just going to get going. We're going to start them. And who knows if I'll do points or not. Who knows? Okay. So your first question is, do you have any concerns, or is you getting a pen?
This is so fun. I'm so excited.
I love to bring the insanity. You're like, you bring the researched, measured things. I'm like, I went insane for 24 hours. A lot of this was inspired by my fever that I had as well. Oh. Because I was just, yes. I feel like I have some of my best ideas when my internal body temperature is rising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. In our first episode, there are too many podcasts. I famously yelled that there are too many celebrity podcasts. Name one celebrity podcast that came out this year.
Oh.
Just anyone.
Rachel Bilson started a podcast, and I think it came out this year. I don't remember what it's called.
Okay. That came out this year?
I thought so. Broad Ideas with Rachel Bilson.
Okay, I'll accept it.
Am I supposed to say which ones I like? Like, is this...
No, it doesn't matter. It's just any. You ding, correct.
Honestly, I don't even really know who Rachel Bilson is.
Well, she's one of the girlies from the OC, right? Perfect. Other notable celebrity podcasts that came out this year. Do you want to keep listing them? Think of another.
I'm so bad at this stuff.
I know it's hard when you're not thinking about it, but you're also going to kick yourself.
Oh my God, I don't know.
You're like literally going to I know the reaction that you're going to have. Meghan Markle.
Oh my God, duh. Archetypes.
Emrata also had a podcast that came out a couple of weeks ago too.
Yeah.
Haven't listened to it yet. I'm sure I will, and I'm sure I'll love it. Okay. Bonus question: what celebrity podcast was canceled this year?
What?
It was supposed to start. It never got going. Kind of famous. Like, this is part me torturing Jacqueline, part.
I don't know. Was it some man that said some fucked up shit?
James Van Der Beek had a podcast deal for $700,000 with SiriusXM and I think Stitcher that got canceled because I just think they realized that I don't know if James Van Der Beek is worth a $700,000 podcast. Anyway, he's suing them over it.
Interesting.
Okay. Name 3 people involved in the Don't Worry, Darling drama.
Olivia Wilde.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Styles.
Uh-huh.
And Florence Pugh.
Great.
Yeah.
Ding. I would have accepted... I would have also accepted Shia LaBeouf. I would have accepted really any of the cast.
Chris Pine,
Gemma Chan. What's his name? I can never remember this man. Nick Kroll.
Oh,
as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't really involved in the drama, but
I don't think.
Yeah. What was the Met Gala theme of 2022?
I don't know.
You're gonna kick yourself for this. Can you name anyone that? I should have come up with A, B's, and C's. Can you name?
I know,
like some like stuff. What were some stories?
Oh well, I guess it had to do with like film or something. If Kim was in Marilyn Monroe's dress, Hollywood.
Do like the sidestepping linear thinking that Kim Kardashian does to fit into a theme. I don't know if you can hear my cat. She's really trying to like scaffold up the side of my mic stand right now.
I had no idea that was your cat's name, by the way, till just now.
Angelica? It's because I call her Jelly all the time.
Oh, you do?
She's named after Angelica Houston.
Obviously, I don't know.
It was Gilded Glamour and white tie. So yeah, Kim wore the Maryland dress. These fucking idiots that get, I mean, I'm not going to call Kim an idiot, but the rest of the fools that get invited to this thing, they do not understand a theme. I want proper art directors to be assigned to these celebrities so that they can actually
do what they need to do.
Understand the
Gilded
assignment.
Glamour. Interesting. Okay. I did not know that.
Here she comes.
Ooh.
Here comes the girl.
Ooh.
My little teensy kitty.
I'm trying to think of who else I saw. I saw Blake Lively's situation.
Yeah, she was one of the co-hosts. Who else? This was back in May too. Oh my God.
Gilded
Angelica,
Glamour.
For real, you've got to piss off. What trial were Kim K, Kylie, Chloe, and Chris all involved in this year? Oh my gosh, I wrote for. I'm murdering Jacqueline with these. It was the Kardashians versus somebody. And they won. Think of some of her scandals this year.
I don't know. This is terrible.
No, it's okay. Like I said, this was like me torturing Jacqueline hour.
Is it like I don't know. Like Kanye was.
So it had to do around like their production company and their television show.
Oh wait, is this why it moved to Hulu?
No. I
don't know anything.
Maybe I don't know if that was part of the trial at all, but it was the Kardashians versus Black China, and for canceling season 2. She was saying it was like a defamation lawsuit, I think was the basis of it, but for canceling season 2 of Rob in China when they had split up already. They won. It was kind of weird. It was like a storyline on their show.
Oh, it was. I don't watch the Kardashians.
Additionally, I would have also accepted. This was not what Kim got in trouble this year for posting an ad for a crypto something or other. Crypto, what do you call them? Like agency, bank, app? I think it was just an app. And she agreed to pay the SEC $1 million in charging for failing to disclose payment.
Wow.
That she received, like she was being paid to post this thing. Yeah, I know. These people, I'm like so obsessed with them. It was very hard to not just make this Kim K. Queen Elizabeth died this year. Name one of King Charles' tantrums he has had since the start of his reign. This news must reach you.
Oh yeah. I mean, his obsession with the fucking yacht or whatever it's called, the boat.
Britannia?
Yes. I don't know, and like stomping his feet about having the government pay for it.
This year.
Oh, this year. Oh, I thought you said of all time. Oh, sorry.
Just one of his tantrums.
That's why I thought it was so. I was like, what do I pick? There's so many.
Just since the start of his reign as King Charles.
Oh, start of his reign as King Charles.
Since September, basically.
I don't know.
Think of like when he was like signing some things.
Phoebe, I don't.
Signing some things. King Charles had multiple tantrums over pens. The signing of pens and the working of pens. Did you truly not see this news?
No.
Fascinating.
I feel like the only thing I've seen is like about anything since the Queen died is about oh God, the prince I don't care about and his wife
William?
Kate. Yes, William and Kate's
they're in
visit
Boston right
to
now.
Boston, like literally that's all I've seen.
That's so interesting. I wonder if that's like a Commonwealth thing. That's why I was curious about putting this in here.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah, he has lots of like little he keeps having these tantrums.
I mean, how old is he?
He's got to be 70 something, I think.
Right?
70 something?
Mm-hmm.
Late 60s. So he's got to be 70 something.
Probably.
I was gonna say something else. Yeah, go look at it. We'll put this in the show notes. So fun. Grown man having a little tantrum. And he had multiple pen tantrums. So pens was the answer I was looking for. Okay. Name one old man thing Joe Biden has done this year.
Oh my God. So many. They called into the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year, the Bidens, and the like reporter like picks up their cell phone and then like every call to your grandparents ever, the Bidens did not clearly come on the line for like a minute, and there was like the rustling and the blah, 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 like all of that. Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one. That's so funny. I was killing myself watching the like the word salad. He's like, we could describe America.
That was also rough.
Yeah. I couldn't. Okay, this is the politics section of the quiz. I don't know if you gathered that. I meant to introduce these. Okay.
Failing this quiz.
What did a lettuce outlast in British politics?
Oh my God, Phoebe, you really are in a Commonwealth.
I also just kind of really love.
I saw this and I don't. God, I don't know.
There was a lettuce. There was a lettuce being live streamed in relation to British politics. What happened? Just do like a guess.
I don't know. These things don't
What's been going on? What's been going on over there? So the Queen died.
The Queen dies.
But right before the Queen died, there was like some like change of power. They were having like an election. There was their PM.
Oh.
So Boris Johnson got ousted.
Uh-huh.
And then
I don't know, Phoebe.
Liz Truss, a lettuce outlasted Liz Truss. I think she was in Parliament she was 43 days, 45 days. So they had a live stream. I should have done A, B, and C. I should have done A, B, and C. No, we're not done.
This is why the internet is killing us all.
Okay, back to some pop culture news.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't know just as much about.
Okay. This is not quite pop culture. Well, kind of. Why did people start tweeting / texting a random grid of colored square emojis this year?
No idea.
You would get like a text. I don't think we did this, but like texting your friend, there would be like a bunch. You just get like a bunch of square emojis. And people were tweeting them. Make a guess. Guess.
I don't know. Colored squares. Representation. Something that has to do with sex. I don't know.
It was their Wordle scores.
What is that?
Jacqueline, are we being for real right now? Wordle?
What is that?
Oh my god. Wordle was created by Josh Wardle. It's a word game. I think it uses Wordle as what? Our word 5 letters, 5-letter word, and you would type them in, and then it would tell you, it would flip over the tiles which letters were correct. So green was like it was in the right place, yellow is you got the letter but it was not in the right place, and then gray was like it's not. It's like a hangman kind of style, like elimination.
Yeah.
And so you would tweet or text your friends your Wordle scores in the like gray or in the tiled emojis. I am shocked. The New York Times bought Wordle for like over $1 million.
Interesting. This is what I mean, Phoebe.
Fascinating. You know what? This is no longer a quiz show. This is like a human psychology research.
Which is what a quiz show is about.
There we go. I promise I wasn't trying to only bamboozle you.
No, okay. No, you said you tried, but also like honestly, I probably would know these things around when people knew them. These things don't stick in my brain. Like, you know, I don't, you know totally. What I'm saying? Like,
I'll do A, B's, and C's next year. I'll do a multiple choice. We've learned.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to simplify the last couple.
Okay.
What famous early aughts couple got back together and then married this year?
Oh, J-Lo and Ben.
Okay. Bonus points. How did J-Lo? She got it. Bonus points. How did J-Lo announce their marriage? How did they announce their marriage?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Guess.
Did she just have like a dress on or something and take a like? No.
Where would she like put that information?
On Instagram.
On her newsletter on the J-Lo.
J-Lo has a newsletter?
Yeah. And it's called On the J-Lo.
What?
I know.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Again, I'm going to simplify from my original. Heidi Klum had her famous Halloween party this year.
Oh my god, yeah.
What did she dress up as?
Oh, I know this. It was like creepy and everyone was sending it around and it had a face. It was like dirt.
Certainly had a face. It was dirt
or something. Oh, it was a worm.
It was a worm. Okay, again, bonus points.
Dirt.
Calling that face dirt is like really quite some linear thinking.
I was like, it had a face. It was dirt. Oh my god, hilarious.
It was dirt. Bonus points. What did she say as her worm self on the red carpet?
Oh, I don't know. It was like something about how she couldn't like move. Like it was like a punny like.
She had a couple. She had a couple of nonsense
things. I have no idea.
My personal favorite was just doing worm things.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is really encapsulating how much time Jacqueline spent on Jacqueline this year.
No, truly.
This is my ultimate test.
I liked that you got the things that you got right were things that we talked about on the pod too.
Were things we talked about on the pod or things you probably have sent me?
Okay, final one. This is true torture. This was one I put in here as torture, but is maybe one of my favorites. Okay, Louis Theroux. The British interviewer
that you've shared with me about.
He had a famous rap that went viral this year. Can you guess some of the lyrics of his famous viral rap? Or sing it. But I'll accept literally anything.
Rap? Or some of his... Okay. About like things that happened this year?
His rap was just... He was just asked to rap on a program a couple of years ago. This was a couple of years ago. But then on another interview show on Chicken Shop Date with Amelia, I can't remember her last name, he was asked to recount his rap. And that was the thing that went viral. So he was asked to perform just any rap song.
Oh.
But it wasn't like he made it up.
Oh.
I saw the hope flicker and I was like, I have to.
This is obscure for me. Like, I'm not going to know.
This was torture. This was me being editorially hilarious.
I don't know. I mean, I feel so dumb for not answering. You're not so dumb. Many of these.
This is me being disgusting on TikTok.
I don't know, Phoebe. I don't even know where to begin.
Was My it about money don't food? Jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for show. Riding my feet. I really want to see it. 6'2" in a compact. No stacked. I like to see you from the back. I can't remember all of it.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
But that's it. That's the general. I'll put it in here. Your face. What? Anyway.
Okay.
Round of applause for me torturing Jacqueline in the first ever big Do You Ever Feel Like Big Fat Quiz of 22. I think you got 1, 2.
I failed.
3, 4.
Your mom's
4 points.
Your mom's thesis. I just failed it miserably.
No, not at all. I brought the chaos down on you. Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap it up with some pod reflections of the year.
Yeah, shall we? You just like blew my brain open.
No, I took a what's the opposite? What's like not a bomb?
I was terrified. So now we're going to go through our little Spotify review that Anchor gives us. All about the pod. What are your favorite episodes? What were the most listened to? Etc.
I haven't looked at this yet, so this is kind of like a quiz.
It is kind of like a quiz. It's like what we're taking it together.
Retribution. Oh, okay, we are.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I waited for you.
Oh, cute.
We created 514 minutes of new content.
That's foul.
I
feel like that's also that can't be right.
Everything that we
cut.
Yeah. But I think it's everything that we made. That has to be right.
Yeah. No, I was thinking
minutes.
An hour was 100 minutes, but it's not.
No.
It's just I just don't like
whatever.
That.
I don't like it either. We just contributed 514 minutes on top of all the things you just asked me about, like that. One episode really grabbed listeners' attention. Can you guess your number one? Here are some choices.
Oh. Spotify's like, here's how you fucking do multiple choice, bitch.
First option is We Can't Stop Celebrating the Patriarchy. Second option is There Are Too Many Podcasts. Or 3, We Are All Just Watching TV.
Oh, I wouldn't pick any of those. My initial choice, like if I wasn't having that thing, I thought it would be Everyone Thinks You're Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was but whatever. I'm going to go with There's Too Many Podcasts.
I'm going to go with We Can't Stop Celebrating the Patriarchy. But we have to decide one though together.
Oh, okay, we have to pick one together.
Let's go with Too Many Podcasts.
Okay. I was going to say yours. I think you're going to be
Not
right.
quite. Try again. Oh, they let us try again.
Okay, then pick yours.
We Can't Stop Celebrating the Patriarchy. Yep.
See. Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, our podcast loves to travel, apparently. We're going to see a breakdown.
Let's do number one country. Let me guess number one country. Okay, I'm going to guess U.S. first.
Mm-hmm.
US, yeah, was I right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to guess Canada.
Oppie.
And then I'm going to guess the U.K.
No.
No? Is the UK in the top 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of where else. Australia?
No.
Oh, wow.
They're random. I would have never.
Okay, Germany.
One of them is Germany.
Oh, really? That's so funny. I'm just Where else is Portugal one?
No.
Oh. I'm just trying to think of where we know people.
Me too. 1 is the United States, 2 is Canada, 3 is the Netherlands.
What?
4 is Germany, and 5 is the United Kingdom.
Wow. Oh, hi, Netherlands people.
I know.
Hi, Germany people. Welcome. So cute. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
I don't know any Dutch or German words, so I won't try.
Danke.
Oh, yeah, danke. I can count. I think I can count in German. 1, 2, 3. It's like wir.
Yeah, anyone ever seen Cabaret?
I can't. Well, my dad lived in Germany, so he used
yeah,
to,
and like Simon,
Willkommen, and Simon too. Oh, and I know Schmitzhaken is like a broom thing, and I'm just listening. We can move on.
Okay. Whoever said
I was gonna say your dad talking about it at your wedding was an actual bump in numbers. So thank you, everyone from Jacqueline's wedding who's listening.
Thank you, JW, as he likes to refer to
JW
himself.
for the. I know. You can write your wedding off now because of that, too.
Mm-hmm. True.
JW is out here in these streets.
He's a businessman. Okay.
Yeah.
What percent of listeners follow your podcast? Option 1, 52%. Option 2, 17%. Option 3, 34%.
50-something. 52, the first one.
Let's try it.
I find it bizarre. Not bizarre in a judgmental way, but the idea of just raw dogging our podcast and just jumping in randomly.
Oh, yeah.
I am very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Apologies.
If this is anyone's first episode, God bless you.
Yeah. And you're still listening to this.
I know. Because it's like whenever I recommend Who Weekly to anyone, I'm like, here's like a series of episodes that you should start with. Don't just hit the most recent one. And that's how I kind of feel with our podcast. We can't, I feel like that way about our podcast. Like,
yeah. No. You were right. 52%.
Yeah.
Thank you, people who follow us.
Thank you for ever listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for ever listening. It is very funny looking at our, not like I look at our analytics super often, but whenever I do, it's like, oh, there are actually people, or it's not even just that. It's like the interactions, like whenever anyone's like posting on Instagram, like, oh, I love this episode, or this is so good. I'm like, I like black out after we hit stop on this recording. And I like just forget about it until somebody like repeats the words back at me. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I do say that on my podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, yeah, this is all probably crap, but we thought it would be a fun little thing
data
to do.
Interpretation by Spotify, like it's the Spotify Wrapped thing is like very, very questionable to me.
No, yeah,
as somebody who worked as like a reporting, like analytics reporting person for like social media and stuff like that, I'm like, you can spin a number in any way, any which way you desire.
Yes, absolutely. What was your personal fave episode, Phoebe?
I think my favorite, maybe like Motherhood is an MLM is maybe one of my faves as far as the conversations that I've had with people after it and like the DMs. My mom really likes that episode too, which is very funny.
Ooh, yes.
And exciting. And that, we've talked a lot about like what the kind of future of that series looks like. And so that's maybe like the one that's actually like my rose and my bud kind of like I'm excited to see what else comes of that. But maybe a recording. I love, as much as I love like the way that we format them, this is a little behind the scenes sausage making, listener, but like Jacqueline produces like one episode and then like whoever's asking the question like does the like research or whatever. And I love being taken on like the ride, like whatever your ride is. It's always so fun to sit down. As much as like I love producing the episodes that I do, it's so fun to like sit down with you and like your little smart pants, like situation, and I get to yell about it, and it's just it's like a real treat. And I think those are maybe like my most favorite to record. I'm like actually factually blanking on any other podcast episode that we've done.
Yeah,
but that's how I feel.
Yes,
maybe the first one. The first one.
Yeah,
there's too many podcasts. That's fun.
It is fun. I really love that about the way that we've set this up too, is that we really give each other breaks, which is great.
Yeah.
I feel really like taken care of in that way. I think my favorite episode was the Eddie episode.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Well, then Flory just came, like, Flory's
I know.
coming out.
Yeah.
So good.
All of the guest interviews have been great.
All of the guests. And Chelsea was so fun, too.
Chelsea was so fun. I also really love Everyone Is Having More Sex Than You.
I was going to say, that was a great one. I'm looking at her.
There's so many good ones. And it's like so insane because it's like we've completed this is like a season of episodes.
I know. I can't believe 15. That's wackadoodle. That's a wackadoodle.
Crazy. Basically over a fall, too. What are we doing?
I know. Well, thank you for listening to Do You Ever Feel Like? We are going to go on a little breaky break for the holidays.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're going to be back, but it's not going to be long. It's just going to be enough time for us to chill-ish.
We'll decide and put it in the show notes.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll have an answer by then, but okay.
We'll decide and keep you updated.
But if you are go back, listen to other episodes if you haven't listened to them. We talk about so much freaking stuff. People, if you want to hear from us, follow us on Instagram. If that's your thing.
Yes. If you catch up over the break of our episodes, rate, review.
Yes, review. If you want to leave us a Christmas present, you can leave us a review. You can find more me in the show notes, more Jacques in the show notes. I also have another podcast called Creators Dispatch. That if you just are looking for more us, there's lots of it. There's a treasure trove of Phoebe and Jacqueline content available to you on the internet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like to you. Have the holiday you want. Do what you want. Yeah.
Our bestie Kiefer is going off on solo. Like Kiefer is Cameron Diazing this holiday season. And if you are Cameron Diazing this holiday season, I'm so fucking jealous. I'm
really jealous, and good for you.
If you are about to go and have sex with a random European person, I would love to hear about it.
A random dad. A random dad at the local pub.
A random widower. I think that's everything.
Talk about our favorite holiday movies, but there will always be another holiday episode, another year.
Oh, yeah. And incoming Patreon in 2023. That's some stuff we can look forward to.
We have so many fun ideas for 2023.
Yeah.
You want to join us back here in the new year?
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's coming.
The Notion dashboard is pumped.
Is stacked with stuff. So, and it'll be like the first full year of the pod, which is so exciting. So
well, okay, bye. I'll see you in 2023.
Yes, we'll see you in 2023. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Do You Ever Feel Like?
Follow this chaos wherever you get your podcasts.
Our artwork is by Simon Peng. Do You Ever Feel Like is produced by Jacqueline Wills
and Phoebe Taylor. You can follow us on Instagram at doyoueverpod.
You can write to us at doyoueverpod@gmail.com. Okay, bye! I have our little question, so whenever you're ready. You good?
I have the notes too. Okay.
Hi, I'm Phoebe.
Hi, I'm Jacques.
And welcome to I didn't want to do this. I'm like, 1 second.
Wait, you don't want to?
I didn't want to say this.
What is happening?
I am broken in the brain.
Christmas.
I just started saying things that I did not want to say. Okay, wow.
What's happening?
It's dire over here. Okay, 1 second. I need a water. This is not what I wanted to start with. I had a thing. Oh my god.
Oh, you were going to surprise me? I love how you keep me on my toes. It's so hot.
It's not really quite that, but also
whatever.
that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like keeps the fire alive.
Well, this is what co-host with the Sagittarius is like, baby. No grounding. Only expansive horizons. Okay.